Welcome to Profit Pulse. Are you accidentally sabotaging your own wealth potential? If you're feeling like you're stuck in the middle-class rat race just running on autopilot, maybe it's time to wake up and smell the financial coffee. Today, we're diving into the money traps that keep so many people exactly where they are financially, despite their dreams of someday being rich. These traps, my friends, they're sneaky. They disguise themselves as normal, everyday choices. But over time, they can really hold you back from reaching your full financial potential. We're talking about things like trying to time the market, ignoring those pesky taxes, and even playing it too safe. Stay tuned, because avoiding these traps could be the difference between paycheck-to-paycheck stress and future financial freedom. Let's dive in. Let's kick things off with something a lot of people think they can pull off: actively trading and timing the market. Look, everyone wants to be the next Warren Buffett, calling the shots and raking in millions overnight. We see the headlines, we hear the stories, and we think, hey, maybe I could do that too. But let's be real for a second. Most of us, we're not Warren Buffett. We've got jobs, families, and lives outside of staring at stock tickers all day. We don't have teams of analysts dissecting every market movement. And attempting to beat the market on your own? Well, that can get you wrapped up in fees, taxes, and, oh yes, emotions. Emotions are the enemy of smart investing. One minute you're riding high, feeling like a genius. The next you're panic selling because the market dipped. It's a recipe for disaster. Instead of trying to outsmart Wall Street, why not go with a strategy that's proven itself over time? The S&P 500 Index Fund. This bad boy invests in 500 of the largest companies in the US, giving you broad exposure to the market. And historically, it's returned around 10% per year on average. Beating that average consistently over the long term? Nearly impossible, even for the pros. So, instead of stressing about timing the market, trying to predict the next big crash or boom, why not let the pros do the heavy lifting? Set it and forget it. Invest consistently, be patient, and trust the power of compound growth. Now on to our next trap: ignoring your tax planning. I know, taxes. Not the most exciting topic, right? It's like talking about flossing or doing your laundry. We know we should do it, but it's just not that much fun. But here's the thing: taxes are likely your biggest expense. Way more than that avocado toast or that fancy gym membership you never use. We're talking about a significant chunk of your hard-earned money going straight to the government. And if you don't have a strategy to minimize your tax burden, well, Uncle Sam will be more than happy to keep cashing those checks. So, how do we outsmart the tax man? It's not about being shady or doing anything illegal. It's about being smart and taking advantage of the completely legal tax breaks and deductions that are already available to you. Let's start with retirement accounts. 401ks and IRAs aren't just for retirement folks. They're also powerful tax-saving tools. Contributions to these accounts are often tax-deductible, meaning you reduce your taxable income now and let your money grow tax-deferred until retirement. It's a win-win. Then there's real estate. Owning real estate isn't just about having a place to live. It can be a tax-saving powerhouse. Mortgage interest, property taxes, insurance, and even depreciation can all be deducted from your taxable income, potentially saving you thousands of dollars each year. But here's the catch: you've got to know the rules of the game. That's where a good CPA comes in. All right, let's talk about a trap that might sound counterintuitive: not taking any risks. You might think, isn't avoiding risk a good thing? Well, yes and no. Playing it too safe can actually keep you stuck exactly where you are financially. Think about it. If you never step outside of your comfort zone, if you never take a leap of faith, you'll never know what you're truly capable of achieving. It's like staying at a job you hate just because it feels safe and familiar. Taking risks doesn't mean betting your entire life savings on a single stock or quitting your job without a plan. It's about calculated risks. It's about identifying opportunities, weighing the potential rewards against the risks, and then making informed decisions. Maybe it's finally going for that promotion you deserve, even if it means more responsibility. Or perhaps it's starting that side hustle you've been dreaming about, even if it means sacrificing some evenings and weekends. Remember, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And that applies to your finances as much as it does to anything else in life. Of course, with every risk comes the possibility of things not going according to plan. That's why it's crucial to have a backup plan, a safety net to catch you if you fall. Let's talk about one of the biggest, most insidious traps that keep people stuck in the middle class, bad spending habits, or as I like to call it, living beyond your means. We've all been there, tempted by shiny new things, feeling the pressure to keep up with the Joneses. You see your neighbor driving a brand new car, your friends jet-setting off to exotic locations, and you think, hey, I want that too. But here's the harsh reality. Financing a lifestyle you can't truly afford is a one-way ticket to financial stress. That new car smell fades fast when you're stuck with a car payment you can barely afford. Those Instagram-worthy vacations lose their luster when you're drowning in credit card debt. It's a vicious cycle. So, how do we break free from this trap? It's all about getting back to the basics of budgeting and living within your means. A good rule of thumb is the 50-30-20 rule. Allocate 50% of your after-tax income to your needs, housing, groceries, transportation, and those essential bills. Then 30% goes towards your wants, dining out, entertainment, hobbies, the fun stuff. And finally, 20% goes straight to your future self-savings, investments, and paying down any debt. If you find that your wants are eating up a big chunk of your budget, it might be time to make some adjustments. Remember, it's not about depriving yourself. It's about making conscious choices with your money. Let's talk about a concept that's crucial to building wealth, yet often overlooked: paying yourself first. Now, you might be thinking, don't I already pay myself when I get my paycheck? Well, not exactly. See, most people approach their finances like this. They pay their bills, they spend on whatever they want, and then, if there's anything left over, they might put a little bit into savings. Sound familiar? The problem with this approach is that it leaves your savings as an afterthought, subject to whatever's left over after all your other expenses. And let's be honest, there's rarely much left over. Paying yourself first flips this script entirely. Instead of saving what's left at the end of the month, you make saving a non-negotiable part of your budget, just like paying your rent or your phone bill. You decide on a set amount or percentage of your income that you're going to save each month, and you automate that transfer to your savings or investment account the moment you get paid. No excuses, no ifs, ands, or buts. The beauty of this approach is that it takes the emotion out of saving. You're not tempted to spend that money because it's already spoken for. It's like having a future fund where your money grows and works for you over time, compounding and building wealth without you even lifting a finger. Ideally, aim to save at least 10% of your income each month. If that feels like a stretch right now, start small and gradually increase your savings rate as you get more comfortable. We've all been guilty of this one at some point. We tell ourselves, I'll start investing when I have more money saved up, or I'm too young to worry about retirement. But here's the thing. When it comes to investing, time is your greatest ally. And the longer you wait to get started, the more you're missing out on the magic of compound growth. Compound growth is like a snowball effect for your money. It's the principle of earning interest on your initial investment, plus all the accumulated interest from previous periods. In other words, your money starts earning money, and then that money earns more money, and so on. The earlier you start investing, the more time your money has to compound and grow exponentially. Even small amounts invested consistently over time can lead to substantial wealth down the road. Think of it this way. If you invest $100 today and it earns a 10% return, you'll have $110 next year. But if you wait 10 years to invest that same $100, you'll miss out on 10 years of potential growth. And it's not just about the money you contribute, it's about the time it has to grow. So, how do we avoid this trap? It's simple. Start investing today. You don't need a huge sum of money to get started. Open a brokerage account, choose a low-cost index fund, and set up automatic contributions. Even if you can only afford to invest $50 or $100 a month, it's a step in the right direction. Remember, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time? Today. Let's talk about a trap that has nothing to do with your bank account and everything to do with what's going on between your ears, your mindset. Have you ever caught yourself thinking things like, "I'll never be good with money," or "Rich people are just lucky, I could never be like that"? If so, you're not alone. But here's the thing, those thoughts, those limiting beliefs, they're holding you back from achieving your full financial potential. They're like invisible barriers preventing you from taking action and creating the financial future you deserve. The truth is, building wealth isn't about luck, intelligence, or even how much money you make. It's about adopting a growth mindset, believing that you have the power to change your financial situation, and being willing to put in the work. It's about shifting from a mindset of scarcity to a mindset of abundance. Instead of focusing on what you lack, try focusing on what you have and what you can control. Instead of saying, "I can't afford that," ask yourself, "How can I make that happen?" It's about being resourceful, being open to learning, and being willing to step outside of your comfort zone. Start by surrounding yourself with positive influences. Remember, your mindset is a powerful tool, and you have the power to choose whether you use it to build yourself up or hold yourself back. So, which of these middle-class money traps have you fallen into? No worries. We're all guilty of a few of these from time to time. Recognize these habits, start making better choices, and watch your financial future transform over time. It's not about being perfect, it's about progress. And remember, even small changes, when implemented consistently, can lead to remarkable results. Stay financially savvy, and we'll see you in the next one.